So I've noticed that in a lot of Japanese and Korean culture, I've seen that people have been wearing a lot of face masks, so I've decided that I'd create my own. So here are some quick pictures of people wearing the face masks. These are just examples, and now I'm going to show you how to make them. So you'll need a tape measure, some scissors, a ruler, I'm using a metal one, some pins, some tailor's chalk, some thin elastic. You can use thinner than this, but I wouldn't use any thicker. Some fabric of your choice. I'm just going to use this checkered one. A pen, and obviously a piece of paper. Now here's the diagram. It may be a bit tricky to follow, but I'm going to try and explain it as best as I can. So first of all, you're going to take the length from B to A, and mine comes out to 6.5 inches. You're going to divide it by 2, and then you're going to have to add 0.5 inches. This will give me a total of 3.75 inches. Yours will vary depending on your head size. The second measurement that you're going to take, which I've shown badly on the diagram, is going to be from the centre of your nose to your chin. Mine totals 4. You're going to add 0.3 to it, which will give me 4.3 inches. The final measurement is the one that connects your bottom jaw bones, which is shown as DC. You're going to divide it by 2, and then you're going to add 0.5 again, which will give me 3 inches. You're going to draw the 3 lines onto a piece of paper and connect them. Connect the top line to the bottom line with an arched line.
Now I'm just going to draw this on a piece of paper quickly to show you.
Once you've done that, you're going to cut it out, and you should end up with a shape that's sort of like this. It obviously will be slightly different in
size because we all have different head shapes.
Once you finish cutting it out, you're going to take your sheet of fabric, fold it in half, place the pattern along the edge, and then you're going to pin it and cut it out. Once you finish that, you're going to end up with an odd looking shape a bit like this. Like I said, it will depend
on the size of your head, what size the actual shape is going to end up. But you should end up with the bottom being straight, the top being straight, and 2 curved arches. After you finish doing that, you're going to hem the top and you're going to hem the bottom. So I'm just going to quickly run these along the sewing machine and I'll show you when they're done. Next, you're going to have to cut a small piece of elastic. This can vary between 2 and 3 inches depending on how tight you want the mask to be or how rounded you want the mask to be on the sides. I think mine came out to about 3 inches rather than 2. You have to sew a small stitch just along the top of the elastic. This is going to help it stay in place while you sew down the elastic, because elastic can be really tricky to sew.
When you sew down the elastic, you're going to want to cover the elastic. So using the edge of the material that you've got, hide the elastic. When you sew down the elastic, you're going to have to pull the elastic, but keep covering it.
And this is what the finished side will look like. Once you finish that, you're going to just repeat it on the other side, which is what I'm going to do now. Next you're going to need 2 more pieces of elastic. They'll need to be about 7 inches long, or enough to go around your ear, but not too tight. But you don't want them to be too loosey either, or the mask will fall off. Next you're going to need to sew a small stitch on each side of the elastic to sew it to the mask, which is what I'm showing you here where to sew it. I'm just holding it with pins, but when I go to sew it I'm going to remove the pins. You're going to need to sew about 1 centimetre downwards, or a 1/2 inch. You're going to need to repeat it on the other side, and this is what I'm going to do. Once you repeat it on the other side, you're completely finished. So I'll show you what the finished product looks like afterwards. And then here's a really awkward photo of me sporting one of these for my webcam.